On 7th May 2025, I decided to do some blindfolded speedruns of the 1-star category, an incredibly short but even more difficult category featuring precise tricks like LBLJ and SBLJ. The fact that this category is possible to beat blindfolded is a miracle on its own, and I've been pushing the limits of the world record for 4 years now. Currently, the world record stands at an astounding 11 minutes and 24 seconds, only around 4 minutes behind the visual record. Now, I was fully aware that I could beat my own time if I played really well, but that day was different. I booted up the game and performed my first run of the day. Little did I know that I would perform the absolute best blindfolded speedrun the Mario 64 world has ever seen so far. But that is not the whole story, otherwise you would be watching a world record video right now. That is because, well, the run never managed to finish properly. The run starts off with a classic lucky to skip, and then goes right into one of the hardest tricks in the game, the LBLJ. Here, we need to clip out of bounds and perform a BLJ against an invisible wall to clip first behind this door, then precisely turn our camera while preserving our speed, and finally clipping into the first Bowser stage. Here, we just cruise through the stage as fast as we can, perform a really fast triple jump wall kick here, skip most of the stage with this precise long jump, and then execute a sequence of really hard jumps to finally reach the pipe that leads to Bowser 1. Bowser 1 is luckily enough really easy and consistent, so I'm already setting my mind up for the next trick, the SBLJ. And oh boy, that one is hard. Being one of the hardest glitches you can do in the game, it is really a miracle that humans can do it blindfolded in the first place. But over the years, I have refined the setup so much that I am decently consistent at it. Given a few minutes, I can get an SBLJ semi-consistently. The problem is, in order to get a world record in blindfolded the 1-star, we need to get the SBLJ within the first 3 tries, otherwise the world record is already dead. That is how good the currently standing world record already is. And in this run... Holy shit! What the fuck was that? Boom. First try, and not only that, but we also got a launch into DDD, which is incredibly rare and saves even more time. Fun fact, this is the world record of the fastest blindfolded DDD entry ever. A 3 minute and 53 seconds DDD entry is unheard of. Getting a good run to this point with flawless LBLJ, Dark World, and even a first try SBLJ into launch is absolutely nuts. I still to this day can count the amount of attempts on my fingers that I got a first try SBLJ in the first place, so I knew this run was incredible. But that is also the problem with 1-star. After getting a run past the difficult tricks, especially a pacer like this one, and your nerves shoot through the roof. There is nothing you can do about it. Even as the most skilled and trained player, you will need to perform DDD, Fire C, BLJs and Sky, with a heart rate of easily 170 or more after a beginning like this. But I pushed through. The years and years of practice and mental prep for a situation like this all shine through. First, I nailed DDD flawlessly. Then I entered Fire C. This is an incredibly scary stage since you can die at any given input. And then there's also the super risky wall kick strategy. But in this run, I nailed every single strat. I even get the fast wall kicks at the end of the stage and a perfect entry into the Bowser 2 fight. At this point, I could not really think straight anymore and was just gaming out of my mind. I was so incredibly nervous that I kind of let my body just take over. All I knew is that BLJs were coming up, and in order to get a first try BLJ, what you need most besides perfect execution in blindfolded speedruns is straight and simple luck. While visual top runners can time their inputs with Mario landing in a specific spot at the stairs, we do not really have that luxury in blindfolded. I can perform a perfect mash, perfect position and all that, but in blindfolded the BLJ is after all a matter of luck. And so I go in for my first attempt. Oh my god. Unbelievable. One more BLJ where we can lose time on. And I get it in a really fast manner too. Now, I knew the pace was absolutely ridiculous at this point. In theory, I knew that a perfect, flawless run would clock me in under 10 minutes time. But the fact that I was entering Sky with an actually pace like that was unbelievable. And this is exactly the moment when I just locked in. I knew that I will most likely never in my life get the chance like this anymore. And I knew that I can perform a perfect Sky if I give it my very best and don't let the nerves get to me. Oh my god, dude, please hit the bomb, man. Completely unreal. I was actually doing it. 8 minutes, 49 seconds Bowser 3 entry. This is a pace close to my visual PB. Sub 9 minutes Bowser 3, that is absolutely and completely batshit crazy. Really, I cannot overstate how incredibly insane this run is. In my opinion, this was so far my very best blindfolded SM64 performance ever. This run was better than the sub 20 16-star run and any of my other world records. I had to just hit the last throw and the category would be done forever. I would be free from 1-star for my entire life. It would be over. I was incredibly confident as well that I can hit that last throw here. From past experiences, having the adrenaline at the end to hit the 2-frame window really helped me out to clutch the last throw. And so, I started the fight. Please, dude. No, 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 no. Don't do this to me, Bowser. Don't do this to me. Come on, dude. Are you kidding me? I will literally cry, dude. I will literally not play this game anymore. This is so stupid. Fuck! No! No! This is unfair, dude. This is unfair, man. This is so unfair, dude. This is so fucking unfair. And that is it. I played my utmost best, a performance that I have trained for the past 8 years of my life. I put everything into this one run. I managed the pressure, I handled my nerves, I nailed every single trick on the first try. But even so, it just wasn't enough. Without being able to do anything, I had to idly sit there and witness the game absolutely destroy all the hard work that I put into mastering this speedrun. Jump by jump, Bowser shattered my hopes, my dreams and my motivation, until it was all over and gone. Now, what exactly happened? In blindfolded speedruns, we cannot really throw Bowser into the bombs the normal way. As you could see in Bowser 1 and 2, we usually use some kind of technique to simply drag Bowser into the bombs. The only time we actually throw Bowser is for the very last hit in the run. The reason for that is the incredible difficulty that comes with blindfolded throws. There is a whoosh sound that plays exactly when Bowser is facing north on the map, which luckily is the direction of the bomb we are aiming for. So, in blindfolded runs, we listen for a specific sound cue inside the whoosh sound and then throw Bowser based off of that. You usually have around 2 frames to hit the bomb. Okay, but what happened in the speedrun then? Well, unfortunately, there is randomness involved. The strategy that we use since the beginning of time involves running to the bomb and then waiting for Bowser to charge at you so you can grab him and just toss him into the bomb. That is a really solid strategy that theoretically cannot fail you. Well, theoretically. The problem is that Bowser has 2 different attacks he can do. He either charges at you or jumps in place to create shockwaves. And the likelihood of the attacks is unfortunately a clean 50%. A coin flip if you want. Usually, we get excited in world record runs when we get the God RNG, meaning Bowser charges twice back to back for the first and the second bomb. But even if you get bad RNG, it usually doesn't make or break the run. Each Bowser jump loses around 6 seconds, which is pretty bad but manageable. And then, every time after Bowser jumps, he takes a few steps and then just flips the coin again. And this is exactly the problem. Even if we lose 20 seconds or more to the jumps, that would suck, but it wouldn't kill the run. There is one huge problem though. When approaching the first bomb, Bowser gets closer to you with each jump he does. And after he jumps a total of 5 times, it's GG. After 5 jumps, Bowser is so close to you that he changes his attack script and starts shooting the short-range fire after you, not being able to charge again. And this is exactly what happened in my sub 10-minute pacer. Do you understand how frustrating this is? I literally played perfect for the entire game. I nailed everything. I tried my very, very best, only for the game to win 5 coin flips in a row. A 1 in 32 chance. I know that this could happen, as it happened a few select times in the past, but the fact that it happened in this run is just absolutely crushing. So, long story short, I wish I would have better news for you here, but yeah, the absolute best blindfolded 1-star run just got completely destroyed by a random sequence of coin flips. It is ridiculous. But since there's nothing we can do about the run at this point anymore, let's quickly have a talk about motivation and goals in speedrunning, because this run really hit me hard afterwards. For me personally, world records and achievements are fun and games, but I care much more about my personal development than any arbitrary time goals. I have been saying this for a long time now, but I do not think it's really healthy to pursue a world record or the likes in speedrunning solely for the purpose of, well, holding that world record or that achievement. One has to find a good balance between things they want to achieve, things they can work towards and improve themselves, and most importantly also things that are fun to do. If a grind is 99% tedious and the only fun part about it is to be able to say, "Ah yeah, I did it," at the end, that usually leads to a quick burnout from my experience. I've been doing ridiculous blindfolded challenges and world record attempts for so many years now, and I definitely noticed these things over time for myself. There were a lot of games that I have blindfolded, just to be able to say that, yeah, I did beat X and Y blindfolded. But those projects are now already lost in time and barely anyone knows about them. Do you know why? Because there was no passion behind it from my side. At least that's what I truly believe. And for me, SM64 is a perfect middle ground. It has prestigious world records to aim for. It has still, after 8 years of running, kept me on the toes every single day I play, because I still feel like I'm improving and learning new things constantly. It has an awesome community, it is super fun, it has everything you could really wish for in a speedrun. So, rationally speaking, I'm just incredibly happy that I got a run like this into Bowser 3 in the first place. As I said before, this was my best blindfolded gaming performance in my life so far. The sad part about it is that nobody will ever really know about it besides the few people who watched it live, the viewers of this video, and myself. It will forever be an unseen masterpiece of mine without the hype of a new world record or something. And honestly, even that is okay for me. It's not the nicest feeling, but to hell with it, dude. It was a fun journey and at least I gave it my utmost best. But what sucks to me the most is the fact that I simply know that I might not get a chance like this without investing another couple of hundreds or even thousands of hours into this run. I simply do not know if I'm willing to commit to such a time investment for a run I technically already have performed, literally just to pray that the console flips some coins correctly next time. And I know what you all are saying. "Ah, Bubzia, don't be sad, you will get a run like this soon again." I appreciate the confidence in my skills, but I personally just really don't think so. Maybe if I get lucky, but the stars that have to align to get me to such a pace again is simply ridiculous. I would be happy of course, but I simply cannot be expecting it. Especially since my original goal was to get a sub 11 minute time and then kind of quit 1-star for good. It's one of the sad parts, cause while lowering the world record time in the next few months, I will always have this run in the back of my head, and even if I get a low 10-minute world record, that would be amazing, but I don't think I would care too much anymore personally. because, well, in my heart, I already did better. I have not improved in a sense at all since then. And you know, even that is kind of okay for me, because grinding the next world record will still be tons of fun. But the most important part of self-improvement will be kind of lacking, I feel. It's a situation that just sucks incredibly hard, because yeah, there's nothing I could have done. It was 100% the game screwing me over and nothing from my side. That is why I also said after the run that it would have been so much better and I would have been so much happier if I would have made that mistake myself that killed the run. But no, I peaked. I played the best I've ever have. I will just never have a tangible reward out of it. So yeah, this run was the best blindfolded speedrun that you will never see. Thank you all for the support and the kind words after the run. We will keep pushing the limits and keep grinding all the categories as long as I have fun with them. And with that being said, at least a new normal 1-star world record will happen very, very soon. Whether it be a low 11-minute time, a mid 10-minute, or honestly even a sub 10-minute time, who knows? Maybe I get lucky. But all I know for sure, and this run confirms it, is that I have been playing incredibly well in the past months, and I'm not done with this game by any means. Let's see where this journey leads me in the future. Thank you for listening to this blindfolded dude rambling about basically bad RNG for 20 minutes. I appreciate it a lot. Huge shoutouts to my patrons, Bob Farrell, Boris, Benlitz, ZXMany, KingReubs, Sara, and all the other ones as well. Really, thank you for making my blindfolded speedrun journey so special. I hope I can keep making interesting content for you all in the future, and also content that is not so sad like this one here. With that being said, see you around next time with more blindfolded awesomeness, and honestly, let's get a sub 10 and 1 star. Bye bye.